Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Las Vegas Live. I'm your host, Adam Torres, and let me tell you, we got a treat for you today. We have Colin Cloud from Colin Cloud Mastermind. I'm sure if you've been to Vegas anytime in the recent past, you've heard of this man. Colin, first thing first, welcome to the show, man. I'm excited to have you here.
Dude, honored. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the time, and thank you for everyone listening.
All right, so I'm gonna be that guy or that host, and as we get towards the end, I'm gonna want you to do a trick or something for me. I hope you don't mind, but
We'll
hope
try.
you.
We'll try. We're in different rooms right now, so it makes it a bit trickier, but we'll do our best.
Nah, man, you're a pro. How many shows would you guess you've done in your career? I mean, just throwing out
Oh
there.
man, in my
Yeah, I know.
career. So I think I do on average like 300 a year, and I've been at it now for like 20 years, right? So
Wow.
I mean, we're in the thousands now. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's yeah, I mean, I'm obviously very, very grateful,
yeah.
but yeah, I have done many a show, shall we say.
I definitely want to get into the show too, Colin Cloud Mastermind, but I do want to stay, back in time a little bit longer. You've been at this a long time. How did you know you wanted to be in show business? Like, how did you know this was going to be your thing?
Yeah, I mean, hilariously, I never knew it was going to be my thing. As a kid, I was really shy, reserved, very introverted. I was like,
Mhm.
I mean, the idea of like even talking in school, like in front of the class, terrified me, right? So I never would have imagined this is what I'd be doing with my life, believe me. But I always loved Sherlock Holmes, was obsessed with this guy
Mhm.
who could know everything. So I got into
Mhm.
forensic science, never got into magic, got into science, then psychology. I got accepted to study forensic investigation when I was just 15 at university in Glasgow. As
Mhm.
you can tell from the accent, I am not originally from these parts, but
Yeah.
learned at university that comedians are actually like really good at being Sherlock Holmes. What I mean by that is
Really?
on stage, yeah, on stage, under pressure, hundreds of people
Mhm.
watching them. They're very present, they're observing everything, and even just their view of life and how they share stories and
Mhm.
observations of things. Like, I realized they're very Sherlockian in their thinking. So, read books on comedy, but realized the only way that you can really learn to be a comedian is to get on stage and do it, right? So,
Mhm.
again, as a kid who was terrified, the love and the passion of Sherlock just outweighed, the sort of
Yeah,
nervousness and
yeah.
fear to actually get up there and do it. And I mean, the first few times, like obviously bombed, but learned a lot,
Mhm.
learned from those lessons, went away, rewrote, got back on stage, and just kept doing it until it
Yeah.
became comfortable. And then I started integrating some of the forensic science. I
Mhm.
specialized in criminal profiling, bringing some of that into it, the psychology, the mentalism, the hypnosis. And before I knew it,
Mhm.
I was like basically doing shows all over the UK.
That's amazing. And I love that you share that part about like it wasn't necessarily easy for you. It didn't come natural in the beginning. I always tell like a lot of content creators that follow my work, and I'm like, they may see me doing a podcast now. Maybe some like it, maybe some don't. I don't know. But those that do maybe think I just had this thing that I could do. And I'm like, no, if you listen to like my first 300, maybe, for my first 1,000 episodes, I'm like, it was rough. Like I still work on my craft constantly. If I can keep you in just the early day, just a second longer, how'd you get over that fear? Like, how did you just, keep on? How did you get over that?
Again, I mean, the real truth is that it was just that desire, right? I really wanted to have
Mm,
that skill to be able to
you had
observe
to want
things
it.
even under pressure, because the number one fear in human beings
Yeah.
is public speaking, right? And comedians
Hmm.
choose to do that. And I was like, well, the only way I'm going to learn to do it is to actually get up there. I actually remember though at university one day I was showing a friend like one thing. I had them like
Mm.
take 4 cups, like the red plastic cups that you get, and hide them. And I gave him like I think at the time, I mean, I'm a student, right? A $10 bill.
Yeah.
He balled it up, hide it under one of the cups. And if I find it, I keep it. And if I don't, you keep it. And I repeat this over and over again. And before I knew it, like at one point I looked up and it felt like 2,000 people were watching. It was like 20 people, right? But
Yeah.
20 people were amazed that I could do this. And I realized,
Mm,
actually, people are really into this stuff. They love feeling this amazement.
mm,
And I realized that, like, actually, it might not be as bad as I built up in my head it's going to be.
mm,
And, like you said, like you and I, we're still learning constantly, right? And I think
hmm.
when you just stop striving to be perfect and you stop caring for the right reasons about what people are going to think or fearing the worst that they're going to like
Yeah.
pick up on these faults that we see in ourselves. and actually focus more on the enjoyment and the authentic human being that's standing in front of them. I think when you
Mm.
realize that people just want to have a good time, connect with each other, and you can facilitate that, then it's the catalyst to
Yeah.
want to find more ways of sharing that with bigger and bigger audiences. So yeah, it
Yeah.
was just a learning and just step by step building confidence and eventually, performing in some of the biggest stages and TV shows in the world.
Man, that's amazing. How did you know? Let's fast forward in your career just a bit. How did you know that this was going to be your career? So you knew you had talent, you knew you couldn't walk away from it, but there still had to be a point where you're like, this is what I do.
Yeah, I mean, like it's hilarious, right? That this
Or
is
did
what
you
I
know
do
when you were
for
a kid? I don't know. I'm just
yeah, no, I mean,
maybe you
again,
did.
no one in my family's from entertainment, right? My
Yeah.
parents are very entrepreneurial. They left school very young and set up
Mm,
their own businesses
mm,
and, very, very, I think as a kid, inspired to see them find something they loved and go do that thing and build it up. And
yeah.
so in that regard, I think that really benefited me having that support and that belief that
Mm,
one day I'm 15, but I want to go to university. And they're like,
yeah.
yeah, perfect. And then the next minute, I'm like, oh, by the way, that degree, I'm not really going to use that. I'm going to go to be on set. I'm going to wear a lot of hairspray and stand in front of audiences now all over the world. But
Perfect.
uh,
Good job, son. No.
yeah, but I mean, I
Yeah.
remember the first, like getting paid to do what you love is
Mm,
truly an honor, and I am forever grateful that this is my
yeah.
career because, again, I'm from the middle of nowhere in Scotland,
Mhm.
right? And as a kid, I was excited about going to Glasgow or Edinburgh, which are the main cities in Scotland when I was younger, and one day had dreams of traveling south to London, right? So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fact that the fact that I'm now headlining a show on the Vegas Strip, believe me, it's there. This is like when you ask me and you put me on the spot. It is like a
Yeah.
pinch myself moment where I'm like, yeah, where did that last 20 years go? It's like 20
Yeah.
years ago, I was standing in like clubs in Scotland on stage, and
Mm.
now here I am. Like it really has gone in a flash. It's crazy, and
Yeah.
again, insanely grateful that I get to do this.
Yeah, I think it's amazing too. I still have like my first check, it was like $200. I'm like the first time I made some money from actually podcasting, and I'm like, wow, like that was just, I mean, I'd made a lot of money before that. I'd done other careers, like unlike yourself, I didn't start young. I mean, I started pretty late actually, and I had a whole other career in finance for almost 14 years prior to getting into this business, which I've been in for the last 10 years. So I'm still a baby in this industry, is what I like to say. I'm a little infant, but I'll tell you though that I could tell you that feeling that you just recognize. I say that because if you're out there listening to this and you have a dream and you have something that you want to do, go for it. Even if in my case, it was on the side. In Colin's case, he was all in, but whatever your version of that is, definitely go for it. And
Oh,
Colin,
100%.
I want to get into your show too, man. Like that's the main event. So Colin Cloud Mastermind. I know this is coming out on our weekly Sunday edition of Las Vegas Live, and I have to throw on a plug for VegasNearMe.com on this one because they're our sponsors and our supporters, and they make this possible. And by the way, if you're in Las Vegas, or if you're whether you're a local, whether you're traveling coming into town, definitely check out VegasNearMe.com because it will make your job and your finding out what to do, what's worth your time, and how to best use your time while you're there, cost wise too. It'll make it the best. So, Colin, let's get into your show. So, Colin Cloud Mastermind. How do you want to tee this up? Where do you want to start?
Well, I mean, the show has now been running for 18 months, right? And I came to Vegas. I
Congratulations,
thought,
by the way. Congrats.
thank you,
It's
thank you.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting time, I think, for people in Vegas, and to still be there and crushing it, and audiences leaving very happy. I am
Yeah.
delighted and honored. I came here in 2019 with a friend of mine. His name is Shin Lim. He is the guy that won America's Got Talent twice.
Mm.
Phenomenal sleight of hand magician, and he very kindly brought me in to sort of co-host, narrate slash open, be the opener of his show.
Mm.
And it was very much like a Penn and Teller situation where his magic is beautifully done to music and silent and theatrical, and it's
Yeah.
just like it's stunning. Like if you've never seen it, get on YouTube, watch it. There's nothing else like it. He is a remarkable human being, and he very kindly brought me to Vegas. Initially, I thought it was going to be like 3 weekends, and then that extended to 3 months, and then that extended to 3 years, and
So
then
it was
you know,
working. It was working. Yeah.
yeah, you know, it really was,
If
and I
it's
mean
not
that
working, it doesn't, that part of the extending part, that doesn't happen if it's not working. If crowds
for
aren't loving it, that
sure.
doesn't happen. Go ahead, please.
For sure. No, I agreed. And like that show's one of the best things I've ever been involved with. And
Mm,
it got to the point where Mirage was closing in Vegas and, you know, very kindly asked if I wanted to move with him and the show to their new location. But at the same time, I'd been getting other offers from people in Vegas who had seen me in his show and very
mm,
kindly wanted me to come and, you know, do my own thing. And before Shin, I mean, I'd written and performed at that point 8 different one-man shows in
wow.
Edinburgh that had then toured around Europe and Australia and some of
Mm.
America.
So you
So I
had
was
your
getting,
material down. You had a whole
yeah, and I mean,
toolbox to pull from. You weren't starting from scratch by
for
any means.
sure.
Hmm.
I'm constantly writing, right? I'm
Oh,
always
wow.
like, you know, I'm always writing new ideas, new jokes, new stories, new
Yeah.
things that I want to share. And I felt like I was getting to the point where, as much as I love being in that show, I really wanted to like spread my wings again and go
Mm,
share, you know, 90 minutes of myself rather than lovingly be part of this bigger show. And Caesars had approached me and said, "Hey, listen, we've seen what you do." And, you know, they had asked a few times over the years, and it just felt like the right time where I thought, you know,
yeah.
if people are asking me to now, a lot of people are asking me to come and do my own show. I think this must be the right time. And, you know, took
Mm,
that risk and left that show and a lot of amazing people and started afresh at Harrah's with
wow.
Caesars. And honestly, it's been the scariest and the most rewarding thing I have ever done, right?
Yeah.
It felt like kind of starting again to an extent because all of a sudden you're this new guy with a new show. You know, thankfully, because of like great appearances on like
Hmm.
America's Got Talent and coming back as a guest a number of times, and the reputation that I had from being part of Limitless at the Mirage, there was already a fan base there ready to see what I was going to do on my own. I have an
Mm,
amazing team of directors, David Gerard, Ryan Davidson, my fiance Jenna as well, are just great at watching what I do and really kicking my ass and making sure that listen, my goal is to give that audience the best experience they can possibly have for their time and money in that room for 90 minutes. And the feedback,
mm,
thanks to the help of my writing team and directing team, has been overwhelmingly positive. I mean, you can go look at the
mm.
reviews yourself, but I am delighted that audiences are finding in the show what I hope they would find in it. It's perfect
Yeah.
for, you know, younger kids all the way up to grown adults, bachelorette parties, families. Like I have literally had corporate events come and just take over the show. Like, thankfully, it very much strikes a positive chord with everyone.
Mm,
And yeah, that feedback has been amazing, which is great because everything I do in the show, I love. I've written it, I've played a part in developing it. So
mm.
I really am proud, genuinely proud of the fact that for 90 minutes, that audience get to experience just one performer on stage sharing what they love, and to have that be reciprocated is just that is the real reward and the real payment.
All right. I want some payment here too, Colin. I want to see that trick, man. I
Okay,
know am I
okay,
supposed to
okay.
put you on the spot like that?
No, no, you're
Hold
golden.
on, hold on. George from Vegas near me who lined this up is gonna be like, come on, Adam, you can't be the guest I bring on. Now you're just telling him to perform out the blue. You better buy a ticket. No,
No, teaser for everyone. Okay,
teaser,
so
please.
and just to be clear, where are you in the world right now? Where are
Los
you?
Angeles. I'm in Los
You're
Angeles.
in LA,
Hmm.
I'm in
Yep.
Vegas. So we're
Yep.
like hundreds of miles apart. We're not in
Yeah.
the same room. So
Yeah.
this might not be perfect, but having spoken to you now for like 15 minutes, I get a sense of how you think. So don't say it, but I
Mm,
want you to get an image in mind. Okay. So right now, don't say it, just focus on this thing.
hmm.
And right away, the way that this works is that if I say to everyone, think of a simple color, people think of red, a simple shape, a circle,
Mm,
right? Psychologically, certain things
yeah.
jump into people's mind. But the way that we're going to do this, don't imagine you're speaking to me. So that you relax,
Okay.
imagine that I am your childhood best friend, okay? So in your
Mm-hmm.
mind right now, don't say it, but just imagine, not out loud, but in your head, saying the name of your friend. And just don't say it, but think of a letter in the middle of your friend's name. Do you have one?
Yep.
Are you thinking of a B? Is that a letter B in the middle of their name? Yes?
Yes. Hmm.
Yes. Okay. So do me a favor. Let's make it harder.
First
Don't just
off, I'm
think
already blown. Was that the trick? Like, yes.
yeah, well, yeah. Maybe just the other 25 shows I do, though, suck, right? Maybe
Okay,
one
go
in
ahead. Go
26 is
ahead.
all I've got.
You guessed
Uh,
the letter. Yes, you did, Colin. Go
yeah,
ahead.
good.
I'm
Okay.
freaking
So
out over here.
imagine your childhood best friend looking at let's say the first person you ever kissed, okay? So don't
Mhm.
say the name, but imagine they're now staring at each other, and imagine between them is the thing, the object, whatever you're picturing, okay? And is
Mm.
there any way I could know this? You didn't tell me this, and again,
No.
hundreds of miles apart. Okay,
No, I'm
so
shocked
just
that you got the B. I'm still
perfect, perfect. Just in your head, just see the object, okay? And in your
Mhm.
head, first of all, imagine saying the name of your friend over and was it Gabe? Is it Gabe you're thinking? Yeah.
It is, and I'm freaking out right now. How did you get that? Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
And he's
So what I
gonna
want you
freak
to
out when
do,
he sees this. This is insane.
yeah, good. What I want you to do is just think of the object and just
Mm.
think of, and this is so interesting. Oh, you're seeing an instrument, am I right?
You're freaking me out even more, Colin. Yes, you are right.
But it's not going to be something like a trumpet or even a drum kit. Would I be right in saying, are you thinking right now the random object is that a violin?
Come on.
Yes.
Yes,
And this
yes.
is where it gets weirder, right? I said, imagine
Wait,
your
that was
best
weird
friend
already.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine looking at the person you kissed out loud. What was the name of that first kiss? What was their name?
Vivi or
Which is
Vivian.
why I wrote
Wow, come on.
Vivi
Get out
on
of
this
here.
piece of paper.
I'm gonna send this to her too.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm surprised. There's someone I want you to meet. No, I'm joking. That would have
Oh,
been so weird, though.
snap,
Can you
oh
imagine?
my gosh, I'd have fell out. I'm already falling out of this chair. What's
Your reaction was priceless. I love it. I love it. But yeah,
Oh
this is
my
what I
god, I'm
do. I get into
sweating
people's
over
heads.
here.
I read minds. I plant thoughts. And the full thing, my background, obviously, in comedy makes it fully entertaining for the entire
Mm.
family for 90 minutes of just mind blowing mental magic.
Oh my gosh, Colin, this is going on our Sunday edition of Las Vegas Live. How do people get tickets in Vegas near me? But what are some of the times? Like what does the show normally go?
So the show runs Tuesday through Saturday,
Mhm.
6 p.m. every night in Harrah's. And yeah, I already know I'll be seeing all of your listeners there.
Oh man, I love it. And for everybody listening, just so you know, we'll put some links in the show notes so that you can click on them, grab some tickets, go check out Colin in person. I'm telling you, my mind is blown. I'm still freaking out. I'm gonna send this episode to Gabe and V so they can see it as well. And mine's still blown. And for those of you that are tuning in for the first time, just so you know, we put these out every Sunday, and our aim and our goal is to build a community in Las Vegas and to bring on more and more individuals that are part of not only the show business side of things, just like Colin is, but also, some of the entrepreneurs and other people, because we want to build a nice, big collective community over there. And again, we can't do this without vegasnearme.com. So go check out Vegas Near Me for all of your tickets, your booking, all that other good stuff. And Colin, man, really appreciate you coming on. And George was right. You did deliver. I appreciate all you do. And I can't wait to come
Much
see
love,
you in
dude.
person.
Very mutual. I'll see you very soon.